Hello, mateys. This is Gomez Gals in Pirates of the Caribbean Film Theater, and today is Monday, September 24th, 2018 today. Emma Emma was be joining about Q6 today on WSU Cougars today, WSU Cougars for the opportunistics of college football players on Wazoo Cougs today. I actually just learned about it apparently in about the whole lot of good time with Emma. So she's doing her job today on interviews and commentators and interviewers, and she's doing a good job of the whole time of the whole time about every 5 or 6 days ago, and her mom would be proud. Her mother would be proud of her for the good reason, and it's it's a it's about the whole time of it and about the full time commentators. So just like that, and about once for the first time about the last 2 months. She debuted for working about interviewers and the good news today. One of the lady the guy with Emma today with Emma was working on the drama plague, and her senior years of the class today. She's opportunity to the congratulated for the next year for May 2019. So I feel like for the talked about I feel like to talk about I talked about for address me for my house is 2309 20th Street Southeast. I address Emma for living in South Hill, Washington. She was his sister Natalie, and her mom and her dad too. I just mentioned the three about siblings and siblings and parents, and there are many kinds. It's it's really good awkward today. It's as much of the view if it's gonna as going to be explanation is going up to. This is not a bad news. This is gonna be good news today. This is my issues about QA series for right now. For now, ensured today, I've really realistically I talked about you guys and about for television show for Q6 for Emma today. She was a actress today while she's working on Washington State film on interviews, and she optimistic in my probabilities. She has to become romantic for romance and romantic, and so I'm just like a like romantic choice, and she finds a way got her ever about her date, and I got single on my Facebook for one of her issues and my opportunity to my still friend Emma Jerome. She's still in about 4 years in Pullman, Washington, and she drives all the way around the mountains, and that way did about about the yellow streets of the yellow grass, and about 5 hours to 2 minutes. So once and for all for Seattle interesting to about UW Huskies. I essentially I take that as a no about UW. Um, I hope I was saying this in about Spokane, Tri Cities, to Vancouver. So one of the three things in my problem is I might hold a whole awkward in about almost 5 years later, and that way it's my opportunity to the her categories. My issues about Emma today for not client, and I I spend a lot of whole time in my problem is, and it is something scary will happen today. She has still explaining. She has to still good explaining about the problem is, and one of the issues is about I just like to join invitations for Emma J was interviewers, commentators, news and jobs, and some machines, paper stuff. So the good have to about a lot of good people, a lot of great people have the good problem is so they're gonna have to be done. You know, something like that about Tacoma, Olympia, Seattle, and Seattle, um, Kelso, specifically formerly, and my uncle lives there, still the Vancouver in there, and I think my cousins was grew up in about 6 foot tall, and he was like that about his dad about Providence. My uncle just has 5 foot to 6 inches, and I have 5 feet to 7 inches. My good Providence, maybe like that first. So if that issue is, and I don't think Emma doesn't have it about the client Providence. So that program starts anew by Pactron Network for issues at about Washington State Fair was at about 24 days ago. So but I can't go to, so I don't go to fair anymore. So I'm done with about April 2015. So I've been done about 3 years ago since about the April 2015 spring fair, and because I saw her after the graduation for ARHS for June 2015. Seen there a while, took about the pictures after the graduation for a day for Jack's a day, and then say everybody say goodbye. So come back and visit to seeing her back soon to visit it as many as I can, and in 2016 summer and in 2016 so May and the May 20 and in 2016 summer and May, Emma was staying in her truck with her mom did. I was walking with my dad, and so the finale is I saw her for the measure of time it is. So my dad and I was meeting with Emma with her mom and this. So that thing's a good process, and that really do was eliminate. It was about my elimination of my problem is. So since even that Emma was the good problem while she's doing the scholarships and relationships to be about the best, and the best sisterhood problem is about dorms, and just like neighbor second sorority rising, they have a good idea of this. Even that here's a new problem is about a great assignment today, and she's doing it well. She's doing it well. It's about directing like film movies that about neighbors sorority rising, and that TBA should be coming up about Neighbors 3 today, so there could be someone else about one of the cast today about Seth Rogen, Ross Byrne, Zac Efron, Dave Franco, Chloe Grace Moretz, and there were five cast there. There were five cast there for his, but it hit over there about TBA problems there. It think about I maybe think about Neighbors 3, the last one, and about the movies. There's about the funny moments today. It's just really funny moments. All this about it was shocking about. I was shocked. She remembered that to understand the same. She didn't like it about altitude the judgment today. So it's none like that than my problem is. And I don't think about really fun making fun of the girl saying about the dorms. I just got it. I just got it at being the detentiously. So I turned back in about my adopted family is my mom was opportunistic with explaining she didn't like it about kid sex news, about good news, whole lot about Patrol Network and something like that. I was joining about I'm in the Bears right now. I like Bears from Seahawks. I've been wearing the former Seahawks today, so and things that are about the 4 years later, and I've been joining about Lutheran Church sort of religion's views today, and about even takes 2 years later, and about my former Roman Catholic Church, and everyone's doing it. Roman Catholic Church, Roman Catholic was she's doing everything's fine today. So I was done about Roman Catholic today in about last 2 years. So I was at about exit interview from my job is, or I've been fired. I've been fired from Walmart, and I just caught a lot from about make differently for the money, and as know as wildly as many as I can, I've been joining about Celebration Lutheran Church in the Science name, and there's a lot of the old and new people in there. There's a good people in church right now, so it have to be respectful. So so every reason to be opportunistic to my lifetimes and about I originally my illegal my no illegal for once, and things just for once again once unknown, once someone to know what's of all, and since every reason about VidCon today for about last 3 months. So since a lot of young people in about Anaheim, California, and right beside it about the Disneyland and Disney California Adventures, and everything. So everything is good to be in about almost about 6,000 of them, 6,000 a lot of capital cities, concluding 8,000 in capital cities. So all of them a total, and it's as much things that are about I ever seen with Juggernuggets, Tony Tornado, Lance Stewart, and she's a new friend of ours that came over to visit in about Man and Corn, Mark Lucasen, Bob Sinkins. Didn't notice it about Lance Stewart. So if you take a look at it about Lance Stewart, I never mentioned about his name and about YouTuber stuffs. and that's the great and passionate addiction to wear about. So, guys, welcome to a Q&A series. Right now, I'm back again. So, my issues about Emma's plan today for after the graduation for UW UWSU. So she's planning to do her vacation today for the next year. She will be able to get about her May 2015 to go out for trip to drive, trip to the airport, and trip with her friends. However, she has to get a date, and she has to get her a date and job, since she's working for it. So however she can. So I'm gonna ready to be there at about YMCA for parkour to cardio burning treadmills and weight machines, weight rooms, and filling into the water bottles in the fountain the machines. However, if I can. So I'm gonna listen to my video stuff for JWFK today. So don't forget hit the button to subscribe. Some more contests to just follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Vine Cameras, Cockataka Story, Tumblr, Emmerx, and likes to comments and links in the description today. So do not forget to send it today on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Vine Cameras, just live stream, streaming, gaming channels, Juggy Store, Tumblr, and Hangouts. Like it, comments, and links in the description today. So don't forget to subscribe on Emma Jerome today. So Facebook's on Emma J today. Q6 on the interview. Q6 on the interviewers, and set on Washington State, Seattle interviewers today, and she's joining about 2 months. 2 months will be about takes years later, and since she working to about employers and business and managing somehow, we would try to insurance to get a good news. So don't forget to watch on the house with the clocks in this wall today, and this came out today as a day about the scary movie. However, on Universal Amblin Entertainment. Love you guys. Feel free to div, and feel free to the resurrected. Don't forget. So keep it rich, mateys.